The lighting is not ideal, but we're gonna shoot it anyway. Yeah! My name is Rosica, and this is the Midnight Reader. Today, we're gonna be shooting a tag video because it's what I have time for, and also I enjoy doing tags because I'm a basic bitch. Why didn't I shoot a bunch of videos in advance in the middle of me having to move? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. That would have been a good idea, but we didn't do it, so here we are. So I was tagged in the Wishful Thinking book tag by Becky at Teacup the Storyteller. This tag was originally created by Mason in the Dark, who has a wonderful channel and who was very nice and lovely to me when I first started on BookTube, as I'm sure he was to a lot of other folks, because he is a pretty lovely human being. I highly encourage you to check out his channel, because if you think I'm funny, you ain't seen nothing, because he's hilarious. So without further ado, because I have shit to do today, and we are behind, friends. We're behind. I am going to start the prompts. Prompt number 1, legacy. Is there an author you wish was still alive today to witness the impact of their work? By the way, if any of my answers sound similar to Teacup the Storyteller, it's because she's very smart and she had a lot of good answers, and I'm gonna piggyback on some of them because they were good answers. I'm going to say Jane Austen and probably Louisa May Alcott, because Little Women by Louisa May Alcott is very much a classic in the US, has had a multitude of wonderful adaptations over the years, and then the collected works of Jane Austen, what can I say? Her works are some of the most beloved female literature like ever, so it would have been cool if they had got to see the legacy they were leaving behind and the success they could have had if they were born at a different time. Prompt number 2, the memory wipe. Which book or series do you wish you could forget, either so you could experience it again for the first time or forget it entirely? I'm gonna go with the Harry Potter series for 2 reasons. 1, I wish that I could read it again for the first time again and just truly have the magic of that series just imbued into me as much as I loved it as a kid. And 2, because I'd like to sort of forget the like very problematic things that she who will not be named has said. And I don't think I could ever have that experience again unless I could forget that she said nasty things. It would be cool to relive the magic of that series as much as I loved it as a kid, because it's a fantastic book series and it will always remain one of my favorites, despite having a very problematic author who I do not support in any way. Prompt number 3, destiny. Which character do you wish had a different fate? So she's not a character, she's a real person, but because her existence is remembered in book form, I'm gonna lean in and I would take the book The Diary of Anne Frank, and I wish that she had lived. Maybe that's not in the spirit of the prompt, but we remember people through their stories in nonfiction, and I wish she had gotten to grow up. That would have been really wonderful, and as long as I am having wishful thinking and using the power of wishes, that's what I'm gonna wish for. Question 4, namesake. This was the prompt I was the most excited about. If a character was going to be named after you, what kind of person would you wish for them to be, and what sort of story would you want them to be in? Guys, so my name is never on anything, okay? I'm like the only one. If you live in the US, do you know how like at little tourist traps, they always have the stupid little keychains with like the state license plate or like a bird or whatever natural wonder occurs in the state, and they would have hundreds and hundreds of names on them. And every time I go into one of those shops, I always look for my name. And I know it's never gonna be there, but every time I look, just in case one day I find my name on a keychain. And like, I don't really want my name on a keychain, okay? But it's the principle of the matter. I would want one of 2 stories. I would either want my favorite genre of books, which would be like fantasy adventure with a character named Rosica who's out there being a badass with like a dragon friend and a sword, okay? That would be great. I would be very invested in that. Or, plot twist, I want a book written about a character who goes into a roadside store. She finds her name on a keychain, and her name is Rosica. She's never found anything with her name on it in her entire life, and that little event sets off a whole chain reaction of events, and that's the plot. I want to read that. I don't know why, but I just kind of do. It sounds just stupid enough that I would be in it. So, yeah. Prompt number 5, collectibles. What fictional object do you wish you could own? So I just finished recently A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, and I want Kel's jacket. 1, because I love outerwear, and 2, magical outerwear sounds fantastic. Basically, it's like a coat. You know how like they have reversible jackets where you flip it around and there's a new coat on the inside? Well, it's kind of like a Mobius strip. Like you just keep flipping it and there's more and more jackets inside. Like it's never ending jackets. And it's got like trench coats and like all different colors. And I want that. That sounds great because freaking jackets are expensive. And also you could fit so much stuff in all the pockets. The jacket might smell. I would probably leave snacks in there. Oh, God, can you imagine if you lost your car keys in that jacket? No, I'm still going with it. I want the coat. I want the never-ending many-sided coat. And I'm sticking with it. And lastly, prompt number 6, the reset button. Which book or series do you wish were written by a different author? So I feel like this is kind of unfair to the author who wrote the series. I struggled with this and I came up with a harebrained idea and I decided that I'm gonna keep it, which is I want the book series ACOTAR to be rewritten by Brandon Sanderson. Hear me out. Hear me out. Because right now I am halfway through A Court of Mist and Fury and I started this solidly like 2 months ago. And I have put it down and felt no urge to pick it up because I'm 300 pages into this freaking mammoth of a book and nothing has happened, okay? Nothing has happened. And Brandon Sanderson is known for writing these giant chonker books. And we let him do this because he's so good at paying off every stupid little detail in all of his books. He makes reading 1,000-page books worth it, okay? And right now, I'm in a book series that has so many pages, and it doesn't feel worth it. Also, if you don't know what ACOTAR is, the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas, it is a very horny book about fairies. It's filled with very problematic and explicit sex scenes, which is not, I get you, it's not up Brandon Sanderson's alley. He's very much like Kiss Fade to Black, but I just want him to build the world because then I might care more. Pretty much like I'm at a point in the book where she left a castle and she's flirting with a character I hated in the last book. And that's it. That's all that's happened. That's it. That's all that's happened. It took 300 pages to get us there. This woman needs an editor or she needs to transform into Brandon Sanderson. I just want to read that novel. And I bet you he could do it justice, okay? So this is what I'm going with. So this is my little tag video. I am going to tag a couple of booktubers. I am going to tag Amy from Amy's Rambles. I'm going to tag Cuprius Callings. I'm tagging Sam from Samantha Barthy, Camilla at Hasty Books, and Jay from My Quarter Life Crisis. And that's enough. That's enough, people. That's who we're tagging. And if you want to do the tag, glorious. If not, it's fine. Thanks for watching this short snippet of chaos in the middle of moving. And now I have to go because I have to go throw a bunch of shit into a storage container. So I'm going to go do that. So thanks for watching and happy reading. P.S. So you know how sometimes you find little things in the world and you're like, I love this. This is rather delightful and I can't express why I enjoy it so much. So I have learned that I deeply enjoy freight elevators, okay? This is the one at my storage container facility and I just love it. It's just so cool. It's got all these little doors and one big button that makes you feel like you're pushing a very important button, even though it's just either up or down. But I like the little gate. I like how long it takes. I like that I don't have to carry all my shit up a full flight of stairs. I just really love this little elevator. This is the little elevator that could.